Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. Now, this week, I'll be mostly wallowing in self-pity. Well, since my last entry, or video I should say, I have been wallowing in my own self-pity. Because you see, when you have depression, or when you have problems and anxieties like I do, no matter how positive you plan to be, no matter how good it is, something will happen and your mood will just go down. Just like that. And there's no real logic as to why it happens. It's just that sometimes the old grey matter up here is determined to be miserable about something. Anything really. Could be the state of the world. It could be the weather. It could be the fact that you never done that thing you meant to do. Or said you'd do. Either way, you're wallowing in self-pity. Now, I don't think it's an overall bad thing. I think it's part of what makes me human. Or makes us human. To wallow in self-pity on occasion. The key is just not to do it too much. I think I've been pretty good. I mean, the last 2 or 3 days haven't been great, but overall I'm doing better than I was. I mean, I'm still exercising. Not that you can tell, because look, still a fat fricker. But I'm still carrying on, which is the main thing. Life is all about trying. Because, let's face it, how many of us will actually achieve stuff? Well, I haven't. I know that much. I mean, you could condense everything I've done in one day and it's a pretty good life. But overall, nah. However, trying is a good thing. Trying is what makes us human. Well, of many things anyway. That makes us human. And you should never... when you do feel sorry for yourself and you do get out of it, as everyone does eventually, you shouldn't feel shame for it, because it's normal. People do it. When life doesn't give us lemons, what can we do? We can't make lemonade out of it, can we? So we just have to... excuse me, sorry about that. As I was saying, oh yes, when life doesn't give us lemons, we can't make lemonade, so we just got to make do with water, as they say. Actually, down now do make 0 sense, but you know what? I'm carrying on, and I'm going to stick with this. Anyway, in case you're wondering, it is now Friday evening, about 10:30 at night, I think, maybe a bit later. I mean, today has been a pretty good day. I done some exercise. I got 1 or 2 household tasks done, which I'm pretty happy with. And even got rid of stuff, which is good too. And tomorrow I'm going out, if it's not raining, of course. The plan is to do that walk, not the Sicily ring walk. I know I said I was going to do that, but that's going to wait for no time, because I haven't used my car for about a fortnight. And that's not good. I need to use it more. I need to use my car more. So I'm going to drive to, well, weather permitting, I'll be driving to Pagham. Or rather, Pagham Harbour. The visitor centre car park, which, believe it or not, is actually not really, I won't really say it's in Pagham, because you have this, well, Pagham, I should explain for those of you who don't live in West Sussex, is at the western end of Bognor Regis. It's kind of just down to this tiny little peninsula, which is not to be confused with the other peninsula on the other side. And it's mostly private houses, and it just stops with this big sand dune thing. I don't know what I'm making this hand signal for. So to get to Pagham Harbour, you kind of got to go all the way round, back through Bognor, and back on the A1 to the peninsula the other side. I forget what it's called, but it's on the way to Selsey. And there's like an ancient mound there as well, which really is just a big hill. That's something. Did you know that if you see like a random mound, that was put there by people apparently? I found that out recently. Never really thought about it. Makes a lot of sense why you just get random mounds some ways and places. Always put there by people. Nice. Anyway, that's what I was saying. Tomorrow, I'm going to drive to Pagham Harbour, the visitor centre, which is where the car park is. I think they charge. Every place charges now, which is a shame really, but I'm just showing my age now. I remember back in my day, car parks were free, but they were in the country anyway. And you could go places that were in the middle of nowhere and not have to pay to put your car there. But it's 2025 and one must adapt to the new way, and that means paying a couple of quid to put my car somewhere and go for a walk afterwards. Then so be it. Hopefully I'll get something proper done, and hopefully that'll go on my travel channel. And hopefully it will be not more than 1 week after I actually plan to do it. But the thing I should keep saying I was going to do more often, because it'll be a neat little hobby. You know, just going places, making videos about it instead of just sitting here behind this yellow wall and talking. In case you're wondering, these holes here, there used to be a wardrobe here. Or not, sorry, not wardrobe, a shelf for DVDs and books. I took it down, painted over, and then my dad said to me, "You don't really need this one. Why don't you get a newer one that's less heavy?" I thought, yeah, that's a good idea. So, took it down, we painted it all, and we got rid of it. And I haven't seen one since for a decent price that's not ridiculously heavy. So I've got books and DVDs just sitting in storage, not doing anything, taking up space, when I could have something right here. Then again, if I have a shelf here, I'd have to sit out. I'd have to be like sat here, and I'd have to make sure that all the DVDs and books behind me were stuff that I'd want you to see. Actually, I'm not sure about anything that's really not seeable, but I'd have to choose the ones that make me look the most intellectual. I want people go on the news when they're at home and they make sure the books behind them will give off the right image that they want. I'd have to do that. Actually, you could argue I kind of done that with those books there. That's my mascot, by the way. My parents got him for me when I was 9, I think. In Spain. In case you don't know, he was the mascot for the 1994 World Cup in the USA. The one that was ridiculously hot. I remember it because that was when I first really got into football. And England didn't qualify. Nor did France, so swings and roundabouts, as they say. Anyway, how are you all doing? Are you well? I hope you're doing well. And I'm not just saying that either, because I do. I hope you're all doing bloody well. Like I am today. I'm in a really good mood. Seems a shame to go to bed really, but I do need my sleep, and you know, these things here aren't going to fix themselves. Look at that. So makes me look so tired. Then again, I am 40, so this is bound to happen. So, anyway, this is going to be slightly less than normal. Not that it matters, because most people only watch these things for about a minute before getting bored and stopping. So, but then again, if you're here watching to the end, bloody well done. Give yourself a cookie, or a treat, or some equivalent treat that you like. Anyway, I'm James. What the fuck was that? Did you hear that? Anyway, I'm James. I'm not going to investigate that because I'm going to put the TV on in a minute so I can, you know, not have to deal with noise and get some sleep. Good night, everybody.